Okay. And then after Tupac passed, obviously the kind of conspiracy and the rumors started that Suge had something to do with it, that Tupac was going to leave Death Row and this and that. Did you ever see any signs that Tupac was planning on leaving the label?
Absolutely not. I mean, that night, before he died, he was happy. And, people, I just thought about something. I mean, if he's going to leave the death row, if he's going to leave death row, why is he fighting for death row, during that night when, the boy got jumped and, the things happened at MGM. If he was leaving, he wouldn't have even been involved in it. He wouldn't have wanted to go to party. He wouldn't have wanted to be involved with them. He's like, okay, I'm not going out here with them. He was fine. You know, we were with him before. We got to see his last moments, his last days, and he was happy. I didn't. He would have said something. He would have. He wouldn't have. He was a real dude. He's not gonna be no phony, no fake. If he gonna want to come around you, he's not gonna come around you. And he was clearly happy. I don't believe that.
Okay. We do these things on the platform where we do like these roll calls where I'll name out like maybe an artist or one of the mob guys or somebody, and you just tell me whatever story comes to mind. Are you cool to do that? Okay. Let's start with Snoop.
Snoop, my fondest memory of Snoop is that he used to wear his sweatpants under his khakis. So his true waist size was maybe like a 32, 34, but he would always, I'm going to get me some 40s. Get me 40s. And he would double his pants up, and, by the time he had his sweatpants on and put the khakis on over that, he would be a size 40 at that point. I loved it. This is skinny little fun loving dude, and I remember I loved Snoop's hair from the beginning. I remember we used to play braid his hair because he had the prettiest hair, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna play braid your hair. We're gonna make you have you some give you some braids, and he would just sit back. He was a good guy, from the beginning, and he hooked me up with his cousin. I mean, that was great.
Okay. Any memories or thoughts with Corrupt?
Corrupt, the kingpin of the clique. That's my brother. One thing about Kurupt, that's the one of the most loyalist people from Dog Pound Death Row. Loyal to the end. I don't care. He can be friends with you, but he does keep in mind that me and him grew up in the same neighborhood. We hang with the same people, the same 6-0 crew. That's our people. He's loyal. There's nothing I wouldn't do for that boy. That boy has kept it 100% from day one. He was the only one. If Dad's ever we got into it, Corrupt would never get involved. He's like, that's them. I still love them both. Loyalty. His name is Loyalty.
All right. What about Suge?
Papa. Papa's always gonna have my back, because um, all I resonate with him is that when my mom died, this dude went to the warden of the jail. He went to the warden and told the warden that my mom was his aunt. So they really had to contact the mortuary or wherever to see, or however, they had to do research to see if my mom was really his aunt because he tried to get out of jail, tried to get an escort to come to my mother's funeral. And I'm never going to forget that. I never forget that. And I never forget that when he got out of jail, he said, I got to cheer you up. So what he did was my birthday was in June, and he had just got out of jail. And he threw me this big party at um, the Beverly Hills Hotel, the Polo Lounge. And he said you can invite all the girlfriends you want. Don't invite no dudes, but invite all the girls. And I remember I had all my girls. I had Carl Kanai's wife there. I think maybe I don't know if Ella Kuja's wife had come. Everybody was there, and we had a good old time. He just sat in the back, and the bill might have been like $4 or $5,000. He didn't care. He just like, are you? He said, "You happy? Did this make you happy? Are you okay?" He was trying to cheer me up because my mom had died, and I find that like fucking amazing. That's fucking amazing.
Okay. Any good memories or stories about Bountry?
Bountry, oh God, Bountry was always there to protect. I used to sit there and just laugh with Bountry, but God, this, that this being around them was the first time that I was around like that many Bloods in my life, because I'm always around Crips, right? And Bountry and them, they were like our big brothers. They protected us. It was not no color line. It was not like I'm not gonna protect you and love on you because y'all are from the other side. They loved us. Bountry loved us, and it hurt my feelings when he got killed. I mean, he was a good guy.
Um, Last one. Any stories or good memories about Big C Style?
Big who?
Big C Style?
God, yeah. I mean, I just got a call. Big C Style just got into a major accident last weekend. He passed out while driving last weekend, and totaled his car out. That he's okay. He got broken bones, but C Style, as you see, he's still my partner to this day. I just was with him 3 weeks ago. Went and hung out with him in Long Beach, and he was always there. He always protected Snoop. He always was the protector of Snoop and the dog pound. He was the leader. He was the one that was always out in front, pulling himself on the line to make sure everybody was safe. Always loved C Style, and he's doing better in the hospital, but always a protector. Kind of, he was a protector on the Crip side. Bunchy was a protector on the Blood side.
Okay. And then, can you give me a breakdown if you were in attendance for the El Rey incident that happened with DJ Quick and the guy from the 60s?
God, I of course I was there. Seemed to be everywhere. I was there. I remember Shantae Snoop's wife and I. We were in a limousine, and we had came in through the back entrance, made our way through the club. I don't even know if we were there for 15 minutes, and some kind of fight broke out. But once the fight broke out, Reggie ushered us all the way out of there back to our limo, and we kind of never knew what really happened because we were there, we were dancing, and next thing you know, this big ordeal breaks out on the stage, and they got us out of there. It was like, I was like, damn, you kind of felt like like they got her and I out of there first. We were the first ones out of there. Reggie ran us out of there to that back door and pushed us in the limousine, and it skirted off. So I heard the after effects of of what happened. Rest in peace to the homie from 60. It was a terrible, terrible situation. It was terrible, but I didn't get to see anything. I was in a limousine, probably halfway out of there by that time.
Okay. And were there any issues with the 60s and the Dog Pound afterwards because of their affiliation with Death Row, or not so much?
I mean, Kurupt was from 60. I mean, that's me and Kurupt's neighborhood. I mean, it's whatever it was, the men took care of it. I didn't. It got taken care of really, really quick. I know that I wasn't privy to any of the issues that happened after that. I mean, I didn't know. I just know that it was alleviated and taken care of really, really quick. Whatever the misunderstanding was.
Okay.